Today we're going to be doing cheap cup noodles. Over here, this, as you can see, I've removed the packaging already, is the original Nissin Cup Noodles with shrimp. And this one over here is Itomen Cup Noodles, Sansai Vegetable Cup Noodles. Now, these cost 59 cents. This rings in at $3.29 per package, and which would make this the most expensive instant cup noodles I've ever bought. Of course, it does seem like there's no contest, right? I mean, surely this is going to be more delicious. Maybe, maybe not. Let's find out. Let's have a look at the packaging real quick. This is cup noodles with shrimp. The graphics is probably about as good as you can expect for cup noodles, although of course it will never look that good. I don't expect to find real shrimp in there, of course. New recipe, same great taste. It's a disembodied mouth eating ramen noodles. That's or vomiting ramen noodles. This ramen over here, the Japanese Sansai vegetable ramen. I already removed the packaging, but I do have the label. Kelp powder, royal fern, black fungus, dried mackerel powder. Let's have a look at this again, just to have a look at what kind of shrimp stuff they put in here. They actually did put dried shrimp in there. You know, it might be very tiny, it might be a powder, but we might see some shrimp in there. I don't know. Let's find out. I already boiled my water, so we're going to start with this Nissin Cup Noodle first. And then after that, we're going to taste this, the Itomen Sansai noodles. So let's find out how this tastes. I have eaten cup noodles before, Nissin brand cup noodles, and generally I think I have an idea of what to expect. It should be very salty and not a very delicious way. So let's have a look at the noodle, bring it up to the camera for you to see. It's a standard Nissin noodle, fairly flat. We actually do have dried shrimp in here, which is a surprise to me, and I'm going to try to taste that first. The dried shrimp is surprisingly good, actually. The hot water has been enough to make it nice and plump again. I'm surprised! You know, the fact that there's dried shrimp in here already makes this noodle worth it at its price, really. To me, 59 cents, pretty good. And now for the tasting. So, the noodle has a nice texture to it. And surprisingly, even though the soup is salty, it is not as salty as I expected it to be. I expected it to be awful. I expected it to burn my tongue. This is not too bad, actually. Gotta wonder, how does it compare to this? This comes with its own flavoring package, which is probably why it's going to be a little bit more expensive than the cup noodles I just ate. They are dried vegetables over here. I'm not sure what these little things over here is. Maybe just have a look at the ingredients here and we can find out. Fried dough is what it is, so that's interesting. I wasn't expecting little bits of fried dough in here. So open this up. Pour this inside. Shake it around. And this is the seasoning powder. Pour this inside. Typically, when I eat noodles by myself and not for a video, I don't pour the entire package of seasoning inside because I feel like it's too salty. But I think for the purposes of this video, we should go ahead and do that just because we want to have it taste as the manufacturers had intended for it to taste. Also, we have something else in here that I didn't notice until now. Let's see if I can smell this. Slightly peppery inside. I'm not sure exactly what it could be. It could just be pepper. Let's find out. No, it's not just pepper. It's some kind of herb mix that I don't quite recognize. It could have some chili in it, maybe. There's certainly maybe some granules of dried onion. So this is really interesting so far. I wasn't expecting this noodle to be this elaborate in its preparation compared to cup noodles. I thought it would be bigger and maybe have more ingredients, but I kind of expected it to be all mixed in there. Well, it looks surprisingly similar to the cup noodles, actually. They use the same style of noodle. You can see the vegetables mixed in there. I am actually going to try the noodles right now, and then I'll let you know what I think. This is a lot less salty than the cup noodles. I didn't think that the cup noodles were especially salty for cheap noodles, but this is far less salty. The taste of the vegetables do come through in this video. In this ramen. The one thing I would knock against it is that the fried dough, and see if I can pick one up here for you to see. It's kind of hard to see, but here it is. The fried dough over here, this bit, this just basically dissolves in my mouth. I'm not even sure why they put it in there, right? This bit over here, the salted vegetables, they are delicious. They add a lot of interesting flavor and texture to the noodles. So at the end of the day, I would say, of course, just like I expected, the more expensive $3.29 cup noodles is a lot better than the cheaper ones, certainly more delicious. Now, the question is it worth it? Cup noodles is surprisingly decent for being so cheap. Would I pay 59 cents or less if I bought it in bulk to eat the cup noodles? I would say yes. Now, as for this is delicious. There's no doubt about that. The fried dough is pointless, but everything else works very well. Would I pay $3.29 in the future to eat this? And the answer for that is no. Honestly, $3 is way too much for me to pay for instant noodles, even if this is pretty good. But hey, you know what? It's worth doing it at least once for the experience. Now, cup noodles are of course readily available everywhere. I don't know where, aside from a Japanese supermarket, you can get these noodles. Now, my final conclusion is that between the two, which one would I buy regularly as a ramen consumer? I would have to say it's the cup noodles, just in terms of the value proposition. But this is a worthy experience as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.